8 years back, when we started our own diagnostic center, we had a lot of pitfalls. We were professionals who knew how to give a quality report, but we didn't know how to run a healthcare setup successfully. It was very hard and we had to learn it the hard way. We knew that as professionals in our post-graduations, we are taught how to run a laboratory, but not how to run a business. Hence, this is the same scenario for other doctors or entrepreneurs who want to come into this field of diagnostic business. We started educating through the social media, and now with blood test consultancy, we have globally reached around 160 people across the globe who want to start and scale up their diagnostic business. If you want to start up a diagnostic business, the following 7 steps are going to be really helpful. There are 7 steps to start up a laboratory. The first and foremost is deciding upon what kind of services you're going to give to your clients. It could be common services like your regular blood and urine investigations, or it could be niche services like pertaining only to thyroid, fertility, or even diabetes. These kind of niche services laboratory are emerging a lot now. Know what services you're going to provide before even you're going to start up a laboratory. The second point is choosing the location and analyzing the area. Knowing the type of the population in the local area, their spending capacity, what type of doctors are there, and what is the need of the local population are equally important when you're going to set up a laboratory. Where you're going to set up is equally important to the type of lab you're going to set up. The third one would be planning your investments. Knowing how much of investment is needed is one of the most important thing in setting up a diagnostic center. Your capex and your opex. Capex could be your interior work you're going to do for your setup and also the machines you're going to invest on. Your operational cost mostly would be going into the salaries and also the marketing expenses. Apart from this, in the investments, you also need to know what kind of funding you're going to go for. Funding could be your self-funding, or you can go for banking assistance. Knowing the investment at least 80 to 90% approximately is most important because every penny counts. The fourth point would be hunting for an appropriate space. There are 2 types of laboratory. A B2B laboratory where your laboratory is going to service for other hospitals and laboratories. In this case, your laboratory can be present anywhere. But if your laboratory is a B2C kind of laboratory where your main business is dependent upon walk-in type of customers, then it is most preferred to be in a ground floor. Apart from this, in Tamil Nadu, there is a new GO passed, and in tier 1 cities like Chennai and Coimbatore, you need a minimum space requirement of 500 to 800 square feet of space to set up a laboratory. In tier 2 and tier 3 cities, you need to have a minimum of 300 square feet of space to set up a laboratory. These are the new pointers to be noted when you're going to set up a laboratory in Chennai, Coimbatore, or other parts of Tamil Nadu. 50% of your work is finished when your place is finalized. The fifth one would be your licenses and accreditations. There are common licenses which every healthcare setup has to take, and these are the backbone of any healthcare setup. The first one is your Clinical Establishment Act. The second one is your Pollution Control Board along with the biomedical waste. Then you have your fire and safety. Apart from this, every state has some additional requirements. For example, in the state of Kerala, you have the local panchayat business registration which needs to be done when you're going to start up a diagnostic center. In the state of Tamil Nadu, newly they have this building stability certificate which also needs to be taken when you have a diagnostic center in an individual building. So this was mandatory only in NABL. Now even the local state government has made it mandatory. The sixth step would be choosing the machines and the manpower. Most of your capital investment would be going into the machine selection, and most of your operational cost would be for the manpower you're going to hire. Choosing just the right machine is not enough. You also need to look into whether there are proper service partners and good flow of reagents and consumables for that particular machine in your local area. For the manpower, you need to have the right caliber of people who are really passionate about healthcare to be working in your diagnostic center. The final step is marketing. People will walk into your center only if they know your brand. Hence, marketing is one of the vital points when you're going to run your diagnostic center. You have to be present both digitally as well as in the print media for people to recognize your brand of healthcare setup. Apart from this, when you are going to have a very big diagnostic center, which is a referral kind of center, you need to have a separate marketing team who goes and promotes your brand to the other laboratories, diagnostic centers, hospitals, and also nursing homes. Marketing is never an option, it's essential. These are the 7 steps which should be helpful when you're going to start up a laboratory, or even in the mid of your laboratory business. If you're stuck somewhere, you can always reach out to Blood Test Consultancy.